In this video, I'm gonna show you 5 interesting chess traps in the Ponziani opening which are quite tricky and you can win easily in just few moves. So let's get started. So after e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, here you go for c3. This is the Ponziani opening. He goes knight f6, then you go for d4. And here after knight takes e4, here you go d5 hitting this knight. Going back will be a waste of a move, so knight to e7. But then you will take this pawn. And after d6, attacking this knight, you play bishop b5 check. He goes c6. Then you just take. And here, you can take your knight or even take this pawn. If he takes this pawn, then you just take this pawn with the knight. And after he takes, you take with the bishop, forking the king, rook, and this knight. And here, after he blocks with the bishop, you can take the rook, but capturing a knight for nothing is much better. Let's move on to the next trap. So here, after c3, knight f6, d4, he takes. Then you go d5, attacking the knight, knight e7. Then you just take. Indeed, he don't go d6 because of bishop b5 check. Instead, he plays knight to g6, offering a trade of knights. But then you will go for bishop d3, attacking his knight. Knight takes f2 seems like a desperado move, taking a pawn and also exposing your king. But actually, you will ignore that and sacrifice the queen and play bishop takes g6. Now if he takes the bishop, then he will take his knight and be up a piece. But can't he just take the queen? Well, then you have bishop takes f7 check, king e7, then you play bishop to g5 check. And as you can see, king d6 is forced. Now you don't take the queen. Instead you play knight c4 check, king c5, then you play knight b3, defending this knight. Here, if he takes the bishop, then pawn to b4 is checkmate. And if he goes knight takes b2, then you play bishop to e3, checkmate. Let's move on to the next trap. So after e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, c3, here he don't go for knight f6. Instead he plays bishop to c5. Well, then you will play d4. And after he takes, you just recapture attacking the bishop. So he will check you. Then you block this check. And after knight f6, preparing to castle, you can go d5, hitting this knight. So knight goes back. Now here you go bishop d3, defending this pawn. And here, the most common move is d6, with the idea of opening up this bishop and then preparing to castle. But then you play queen to a4 check, forking the king and the bishop. And then you will just grab the bishop and you are up a piece and winning. Let's move on to the next trap. So after e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, c3, he plays the strongest move d5, counter striking in the center. Then you just play queen to a4, moving the queen here and pinning this knight and threatening to take. D takes e4, then you just take this pawn, putting pressure on this knight. So queen to d5, counter attacking this knight and defending this knight. You take the knight, and after he takes, here you just play bishop c4, hitting the queen, so queen d6. But then you just castle here, develops the knight, then you play d3, opening up the bishop. And after he takes, he just play bishop f4, giving away the bishop. He captures the free bishop, but then bishop takes f7. It's a discovered attack on the queen. You will just grab the queen and you are completely winning. Let's move on to the next trap. So after c3, here you place d6, defending this pawn, but then you go d4 and after knight f6, here you play this tricky s3, giving away this pawn. Capturing this pawn is the most natural response, but then you just attack the knight. So you gotta move the knight, but then you have queen to a4 check, forking the king and this knight. And then you can take the knight and you are winning. So if this video was helpful, then don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming videos.